Hachette Audio presents Swords and Scoundrels, the Duelists Trilogy, Book 1. Written by Julia Knight. Read by Angèle Masters. Chapter 1. They say that an ounce of blood is worth more than a pound of friendship. Vocho wasn't so sure about that. Probably depended on whose blood you were talking about, because blood seemed to have got him into nothing but trouble. The wood Vocho and Kacha lurked in was a mean little thing, a straggle of trees and stunted bushes that fringed the muddy track between some two-cow town in the province of Reyes and a different two-cow, perhaps even three-cow town up towards the mountains and the border with Icarus. A desolate and rain-sodden spot in the back of beyond, a far cry from the city of Reyes itself. Vocho sat and shivered and dripped as he watched his sister, atop her restless horse, wrestle with the clockwork gun. "Are you certain you know what you're doing with that thing?" he said at last. In retrospect, it wasn't the best thing Vocho could have said to her just then. Kacha stopped scowling at the gun and scowled at him instead, before she raised a cool eyebrow and blew a drip of water off the end of her nose. "Of course. Pretty sure I know where I went wrong last time." "You shot my horse's ear off." A curl of her lip from under her dripping tricorn. She was indistinct in the darkness under the sodden trees, her heavy black coat and that ridiculous hat fading into the shadows, leaving only the pale blur of her face. "Anyone could have made that mistake," she said airily. "It's not like, I don't know, killing the priest we were supposed to be guarding, right?" "That was an accident." Vocho was pretty sure anyway. The memories of that night were vague, and though they seemed vivid enough in his dreams, they soon faded to guesswork and ghosts when he woke up. Sadly, the Duelists Guild hadn't seen it as an accident when said priest had turned up with a sword hole in him. Worse, it was Vocho's sword, the hilt still in his hand. The guild, not to mention the prelate and his guards, tended to take a dim view of that sort of thing. Very dim. "He was only a priest, and a bad one at that, and that was a good horse." Vocho still smarted at the fact they'd had to sell the horse. For some reason it had got very nervy after that accident, and nervy horses weren't good in his new profession of highwayman. "Maybe only a priest," Kacha said. "But he was the prelate's favourite. He was paying our wages, and the prelate's department and the guild get very upset about people killing priests they're being paid to guard." Kacha hefted the gun, prodded the clockwork mechanism and scowled at it some more.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?